Good evening, good evening, good evening, my brothers and sisters. Brother Billy, wanted to come on here and do a quick live. I want to talk briefly about, I titled this, Prepare Yourself for Some Turbulence Ahead. I want to talk about the coming turbulence um, that I see coming ahead. And I just want you to get prepared. I want you to be prepared. I want to tell you some things that you can do, I can do to prepare ourselves. Now, I know a lot of times we don't like to hear there's certain types of words people don't like to hear. Um, we just, we just want to hear things that make you feel good. Just a bunch of feel good words. But words for preparation, words for, you know, coming out of sin and repenting and changing their life and lifestyle and loving and forgiveness. We tend to don't want to hear that kind of stuff. We just want to hear them feel good words. But I just want to talk briefly about preparing yourself for some turbulence. Now, I just think and believe that we're about to head into some uncharted territory. Yeah, I think the world is heading into some uncharted territory, and I don't believe a lot of people are prepared for the changes that's about to happen. When I say about to happen, it's actually happening now. People just not really paying attention. God constantly told us to watch and pray. He want us to watch. He want us to pray. He want us to be aware of what is going on. And so I just want to go through this kind of quick. I'm not going to be on here long, but I want you to prepare yourself for turbulence. Now, what I did is I went and got on the pull up on the website. I said website, but on the internet, the definition of turbulence. And if you look up the definition of turbulence, turbulence, look at that. You're familiar with turbulence. Turbulence is when you flying in an airplane and you hit this really rough, scary moment where the airplane begin to shake and sometimes it'll drop and it'll it'll make you think that it's about to fall out the sky. That's that turbulence. But if you flew a lot, you kind of get kind of used to it. But it can be really scary. I've experienced it a little bit and I don't like it at all. Um, but one of the definition of turbulence, this is Webster's Merriam-Webster, um, a noun that describes great commotion, irregular atmospheric motion, a departure from smooth flow. So that's what I see us about to enter into, head into. Some great commotion, irregular, some irregular. We so used to, we're very used to the norm, but we're about to enter into some irregular activity going on worldwide. Mhm. A departure from smooth flow. Now I know things been going smooth. Things been going smooth in a lot of our lives in our country. Uh, but if you got eyes to see, things things have really been turned upside down, topsy turvy. If you got eyes to see, Now, if you got your head in the sand, you may think everything is lovely dovey, everything, everything going good in my life, my family, my finances, all that good. Um, things are a little topsy turvy. Now look at this Cambridge dictionary meaning. Turbulence is a state of confusion. Listen to that. A state of confusion, disorder, or strong movements in air or water. A state of confusion, disorder. That's what I believe we are heading into, a state of confusion, disorder. Now, not for everybody. Not for everybody. For those who are not prepared. This ain't for everybody. Jesus talked about he coming as a thief. He talks a lot about how he's coming as a thief in the night. Well, he's coming as a thief to those who are not aware, who are not looking, who are not waiting, who are not discerning the season that they're living in. For those of us who are discerning the season, he's not going to come as a thief in the night because we expecting him. We're expecting him to come. So we got this Cambridge dictionary talking about a state of confusion, disorder. That's for people who are not prepared for what is coming, what is happening, what is going on right now in our world. And I just stopped by to say, prepare yourself for some turbulence ahead. I just want you to be prepared because things are going to get a little rough before they get better. They're going to get rough before they get better. Now look at some of these other, look at some of these words related to turbulence. Anarchy, disorganization, disturb. These are words related to turbulence. Instability, riotousness, disorganized. These are words related to turbulence. And I just feel God wants us to prepare ourselves for the turbulence that is ahead. Now again, people do not like words like this. Christians do not want to hear anything about preparation, anything about changing their hearts, and they just don't want to hear words like that. People just uncomfortable hearing words about them personally changing. But this is what I believe God wants us to do, is prepare ourselves. I think he's been warning us, he's been telling us that some changes are coming. I've been looking at the news. I mean, just kind of listening at a lot of things that are going on. And the things I see going on in the world, man, one of the main things that caught my attention recently is this to me is what is about to cause a lot of chaos in our world, especially in America. One of the things I see is about to happen in America. It's happening. A lot of people just not aware of it. The collapse of the dollar. See, they've been having us focused on a lot of stuff where a lot of things are going on and people just not paying attention. Because the media had us distracted. But one of the things that is happening right now is the collapse of our dollar. And our brothers and sisters, prepare yourself for some turbulence because the dollar is about to collapse. The dollar is about to collapse. I heard that Saudi Arabia, the U.S. had this agreement with Saudi Arabia that all the oil was to be dealt with using US dollars. Did you know that? They had this agreement for years, 50 years or something like that. All the oil that is sold would be the petrol be sold in US dollars. Guess what Saudi Arabia just did? I think it was like the ninth or something like that. They just ended that agreement with the US. Mm-hmm. You Saudi Arabia just ended an agreement with the US where they no longer going to use the dollar as the number one currency to deal with oil. Mm-hmm. You understand what kind of effect that's about to have on the US economy? But they have it, they're keeping us so distracted. So distracted. But if you have eyes to see, if you've been in prayer and watching and praying, you'll be able to see what's going on. Because our world is changing. We got some turbulence ahead. Mm-hmm. And so these are some of the words that describe turbulence. Some of the words that describe the turbulence that's ahead. So Brother Billy just wants you to prepare yourself. Now let me say real quick some of the things that you can do, I can do to prepare ourselves. Number one, get right with God. I mean that is the most important thing. Get right with God. If you're not right with God, if you don't know God, you haven't accepted Jesus, you haven't given your heart to God, that's numero uno. Get yourself right with God. Get your heart right with God. Because those of us who don't know God, whose heart is not right with God, man, we it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough, brothers and sisters. It's gonna be rough. So please, you don't know God. That's the first thing you need to be doing. You need to be getting yourself right with God. Now, if you're right with God, the second thing you need to do, if you're right with God, stay right with Him. That goes for me. If you right with Him, stay right with Him. Stay with Him. Mhm. This ain't the time for you or I to be, you know, getting out of the ark of safety. Mm-mm. This ain't the time. This is not the time to be getting out of the ark of safety thinking, well, I don't think nothing gonna happen. I don't think nothing going on. You know, you know how the scripture says, people say all things remain as they were. Where's the sign of his coming? I mean, y'all been talking about just Jesus coming and all this stuff, and I don't see nothing happening. You know, I'm just gonna live my life. You in the ark, stay in the ark. You ain't in the ark, get in the ark. Don't let nobody persuade you to get up out of the ark. Mm-mm. Don't do it. So that's my suggestion to you, brothers and sisters. Get right with God. If you're right with Him, stay right with Him. Now, and the other thing is, prepare yourself for some hard times. That kind of go with the topic. Prepare yourself for some turbulence. You need to physically, mentally, and emotionally prepare yourself for some hard times. Because we got some hard times coming. Mm-hmm. People don't want to hear that, but we got hard times coming. Yes, we do. You got to prepare yourself for some uncomfortable times. Mm-hmm. Hard times, uncomfortable times, and some trying times. That's what's about to take place right now. Now, I've said this before. Let me say it again. For those of us, with all of our money, talked about this dollar collapsing. All of your, your wealth in the dollar, you might want to look into that. You listen, please listen. If all of your wealth is in the dollar, you might want to do something about that. I'm warning you. If all of your wealth is in the US dollar, please consider doing something about that. You better be trying to get you some gold. I'm giving you some stuff that I believe you need to do to prepare for this turbulence. Get you some gold, some silver, some Bitcoin, crypto. Get something. Get some alternative to the dollar. I'm telling you. Now I know a lot of people just, you know, people not going. A lot of people not going to listen. They're not going to take heed. The same way with Noah. Noah told the people it's going to rain. Rain was coming. People laughed and talking. Yeah. They ain't paid none of that no attention until that rain started falling. And then it was a little too late to do anything about it. I'm just telling you to prepare yourself for some turbulence ahead, because we gonna have some trying times. God gonna be with us. God gonna help us, but we gonna have some trying times. And for those who are not prepared, it's gonna be a little more difficult for you. So please prepare yourself so you're able to help others in these trying times, spiritually, emotionally, physically, psychologically. You'll be able to help other people. You'll be able to encourage other people. When everything around us begins to start falling apart, you will have it all together and able to be a light. But now, if you ain't prepared, if your heart ain't prepared, your relationship with God is on the edge. Is on. How you gonna be able to encourage and help other people? You're not. I'm not. So I'm just asking you to prepare yourself financially. That's one of the ways you pray. Ask God what you need to do with your money. But our dollar is about to collapse. Mm-hmm. They're talking about it. You heard of BRICS? I heard about, I think it might be like 50 something other nations just join in with BRICS. Yeah, that's this international group that got doing this alternative to the dollar. It's about to get it's about to get biblical. Brothers and sisters, it is about to get biblical. Mm-hmm. So I'm just asking you, I'm telling you, prepare yourself for some turbulence. Because when you prepare for what is coming, the effect will not be as bad. It's those people who not prepared for things when they happen, they the one get, the worst end of the deal. If you got insurance and you wreck your car or your house burned down, God forbid, it hurts because you lose some things that you just cannot replace. But you can get you another house and some more chairs and TVs. You can get all that stuff back. Insurance will pay for all that stuff. But now when all that stuff gets burned up, get taken away, and you ain't got no insurance, that makes it a little more harder. The effect on you is a little more devastating because you were not prepared. Mm-hmm. So I'm just asking you, brothers and sisters. I said I wasn't going to be on here long, and I'm not. I'm about to get off of here. Prepare yourself for some turbulence. Please prepare yourself. That's all Brother Billy really wanted to say. He wanted you to prepare yourself. I believe some trying times are ahead. Mm-hmm. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I just believe some crazy stuff is in store. We got an election season. We got them want to throw Trump in jail. I mean, we got some crazy stuff going on. We got some crazy stuff going on all over the world. We got some crazy stuff. We got wars and rumors of war. We got China about to take over Taiwan. We got Russia calling United States an enemy of the state. We got a lot. Russia done got some of these ships right off the coast of Cuba somewhere. We got things going. We looking at nuclear war. You understand? We actually looking at a potential nuclear war. Do you understand that? And a lot of people, their hearts are not prepared for the things which are about to come upon the earth. And Jesus says that men's heart will fail them for fear of those things which come upon the earth. You know the people's heart who's going to fail them? The people who are not prepared. Mm-hmm. The people who are not prepared, those are the people, men's heart will fail them for fear of those things which are coming upon the earth. Mm-hmm. So God wants us to be prepared so we can stand. Having done all to stand, stand. Prepare yourself for some turbulence ahead, my brothers and sisters, so you will be able to stand. God bless you. See you again the next time.